Everybody loves a waterfront view until they learn what it actually costs. I'm talking about flood insurance, rising homeowners premiums, seawall repairs, dock maintenance, storm prep, and sometimes costs that can hit tens of thousands of dollars. So if you're thinking about buying a waterfront home here in Tampa, this is a video you absolutely need to watch before you make that decision. Hi everyone, I am Mike Faust with the M&M Selection Group right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And whether you're thinking about making a move in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. My team and I would love to help guide you through the process. Now in today's video, we're diving into one of the most desirable and misunderstood types of real estate in Tampa: waterfront living. I'm going to break down the real pros and the real cons, and most importantly, the real costs, so you can make a smart, informed decision before buying. Let's start with why everybody wants it. Because let's be honest, waterfront living in Tampa is incredible. You wake up to the water. You get those cool bay breezes. You've got sunsets that look like something out of a postcard. And in many cases, you got direct access to Tampa Bay or the Gulf, which means boating, fishing, paddleboarding, or just relaxing by the water anytime you want. Areas like Davis Island, Sunset Park, Beach Park, and along Bayshore Boulevard are some of the most desirable locations in all of Tampa. And a big reason why is the lifestyle. There's also a prestige factor. Waterfront homes are limited. They're exclusive. And they tend to hold long-term value because there's only so much waterfront to go around. So from a lifestyle standpoint, and even from a long-term investment perspective, waterfront can make a lot of sense. But now let's talk about the part most people don't see on Instagram. Because owning waterfront property in Tampa comes with some very real challenges. There is the flood risk. First and foremost, flooding. Many waterfront homes are in flood zones, which means you're going to need flood insurance. And it's not optional if you're financing. But even beyond insurance, there's the reality of storm surge, big, huge tides, and heavy summer rains. Certain areas, especially lower elevation neighborhoods, have seen more frequent flooding in recent years. There's storms and hurricanes. Living on the water means you are more exposed during storms. Hurricanes, tropical storms, and even strong summer systems can bring wind and water that directly impact waterfront properties. That also means evacuation zones. Some waterfront areas in Tampa require mandatory evacuation during major storms, which is something you need to be prepared for. With that in mind, I just wanted to point out, guys, I've lived here for 54 years. I've only had to evacuate, and I live in an evacuation zone. I've only had to evacuate 2 times. Yes, 2 times. The first one was in 2017. That was Irma. And Irma, we got lucky. It tilted in about 57 miles inland and spared us. It was windy, but no real damage at all. And then for Milton came in last year, or in 2024, that would have been October of 2024. And the winds were really strong. But you know what? I didn't even get affected. My home was fine. So it's not always a major deal. And very rarely is it. For 54 years, I've only evacuated twice. That says a lot. We don't get hit hardly ever. Waterfront homes, though, can take more of a beating. Salt air causes corrosion. Moisture leads to faster wear and tear. Exterior materials break down quicker. And if you have a dock or a boat lift, that's another layer of maintenance. Seawalls. Let's talk about those seawalls. If you're buying waterfront, you are likely dealing with one. And here's the reality. Seawalls don't last forever. They can crack, shift, or fail. And replacing one can cost tens of thousands of dollars depending on the property. Now let's get into what everyone really wants to know. What does it actually cost to own a waterfront home in Tampa? And I'm not just talking about the purchase price. First off, though, yes, waterfront comes at a premium. You're going to pay significantly more compared to a similar home off of the water. Sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars more. Sometimes millions more depending on the location. And then there's insurance costs. This is where things really change the equation. You're typically dealing with homeowners insurance, of course, plus flood insurance, plus sometimes windstorm coverage considerations. Flood insurance alone can range widely depending on elevation and risk. And homeowners insurance in Florida, especially near the water, has been rising significantly. Maintenance costs. You need to budget for ongoing maintenance for sure. And that's going to include things like seawall inspections or repairs, dock and boat lift maintenance, exterior upkeep from salt exposure, landscaping and drainage. And this is not a set it and forget it type of a property. And then there's storm preparation. Every year you'll also need to think about storm prep. That could mean shutters or impact window maintenance, securing outdoor items, boat prep or relocation, general readiness during hurricane season. When you buy waterfront in Tampa, you're not just buying a home. You're buying a total lifestyle, along with the responsibility and the costs that come with it. So is waterfront really worth it? This is the big question. And the answer is it depends on you. If you value lifestyle, views, boating access, and exclusivity, waterfront living can be absolutely incredible. But if you're not prepared for the added cost, maintenance, and risk, it can quickly become overwhelming. The key is going in with your eyes wide open. At the end of the day, waterfront living in Tampa can be one of the most rewarding experiences you'll ever have, but only if you truly understand what you're getting into. And that's where working with the right real estate team makes all the difference in the world. So whether you're thinking about buying waterfront in 9 days or 9 months, reach out to me and my team, Mike Faust, here at M&M Selection Group. Will help you navigate everything from flood zones and insurance to seawalls and long-term value, so you can make the right decisions for you and your family. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos about living, investing, and thriving here in the Tampa Bay area. And I'll see you on the next video.